We have some not so breaking news, and that is that Calvin Ramsey is set to leave Aberdeen this week. And why did I say not so breaking news? Because I think everybody knew Calvin Ramsey was leaving Aberdeen. The dumbest bastard in the world knew that Calvin Ramsey was leaving Aberdeen. Somebody with a negative IQ knew that Calvin Ramsey was leaving Aberdeen, but I think what comes as a bit of a surprise is how quickly Calvin Ramsey is leaving Aberdeen after just one full season. Yeah, I know he played a couple of games in the previous season, but effectively it's one full season he's had. The guy's only 18 and he is already ready to leave Aberdeen, and I find that very strange, to be honest. I mean, yeah, we've seen the guy come in, and when you play, I think he played 28 league games this season. When you're 18 and you're playing that, and you're trusted to play that amount of league games, you're constantly playing every single week, then we know that you must be a good player. Either that or the club's shit. There's nobody else. The team's absolutely dreadful. But if you're 18, you're playing week in, week out, then we can tell that you're a good player. I think we all know that Calvin Ramsey looks a good player, looks a promising prospect, but is he really ready to go to a team like Liverpool? Liverpool are the favourites, reportedly. They are ready to offer $4 million. Aberdeen have said they will not accept any less than $4 million. And again, I just find this very strange. Not only do I think the move isn't really right for Liverpool, I mean, it is right for Liverpool in a sense that later down the line, if he progresses into the player that we think he will, then that would be a good signing for Liverpool. But there's no way he's going to be playing regularly for Liverpool. I doubt he would even feature, minus the odd Carabao Cup game perhaps. If he's lucky, he might get to play in the Carabao Cup or some friendly games, but I don't think he's going to get much game time. And again, that's a negative thing for Calvin Ramsey. We look at Nathan Patterson. Yeah, he wasn't getting that much game time at Rangers, to be fair, but the game time he got at Everton was completely non-existent. It's hampered Patterson's career. He was breaking through into the Scotland team. Now you look at Nathan Patterson, and it would be hard to justify playing him, starting him for Scotland when he can't get a game for Everton. So I don't think this move's right for Calvin Ramsey. I mean, yeah, he looks a good player, but what's the rush? You're 18. Why not just stick at Aberdeen for another couple of seasons? Even another season. Give it one more year. I think for Ramsey to move out already, I don't think it's the right move. I mean, if I was Liverpool, I'm not saying don't sign him, because it is a guy that even if he never breaks through to be Liverpool first team, if they get $4 million, if they pay $4 million for him, then they could easily, double, treble that, quadruple that down the line. So maybe Liverpool should look to buy Ramsey and potentially loan him back for a year or 2 years so that Ramsey can continue getting regular football. Because I just feel like if Ramsey goes to Liverpool, unless he gets loaned out to a club, it's just going to halt his progression. You can see Nathan Patterson, pretty much played, like I said, 45 minutes. You don't want the same for Ramsey, considering he is such a young prospect. But again, $4 million, I think it's too early. Yeah, I think he scored a goal. He had about 9 assists, which is decent. His numbers are decent. But I just think it's too much after one season. Similar to Bassey at Rangers. I mean, yeah, he had a great last 6 months, no denying that. But all this talk about 25, 30 million, can't we just see what Bassey does next year? And if he can repeat that again next year, then yeah, albeit I would agree. Yeah, he is worth that amount of money. But I just think the money sometimes and the players get overhyped just on one season alone. If you look at Suter, if you look at Tierney, I mean, these are guys that had to produce season in and season out. I mean, there's a lot of players that have had to produce season in and season out before they got the big money moves. So I don't know. I mean, I like Ramsey, but $4 million going to Liverpool. If I was him, I would stay at Aberdeen for the time being. And speaking of Aberdeen, Aberdeen are interested in signing Celtic reject, or maybe that's harsh. Celtic, what do you want me to call him? Celtic tag-along? Celtic fucking making up the numbers? Liam Scales. Now, Liam Scales did feature at the start of the season, but that's because Celtic literally had no one else. Ange Postecoglou came in, and he was like, who the fuck's this tall Irish dude? Why'd I have to play him at centre-back? But obviously now Celtic have brought in, reinforcements. They brought in Starfelt, they brought in Carter Vickers, Julian's back for the injury. I believe Celtic will be strengthening as well in the summer, so it looks like Liam Scales' time is pretty much up there. Would it be a good signing for Aberdeen? I mean, who knows? Aberdeen, probably they need to add. I think Aberdeen need to add to every single position, so I don't know. I mean, I honestly haven't seen enough of Liam Scales. If Aberdeen can get a good deal from him, then I suppose it would be a good move. maybe, who knows, maybe they'll be interested in trying to get a loan deal or something like that. So if Aberdeen sign Liam Scales and the price is right, then who knows? I guess it's worth a shot, but I haven't seen enough of Liam Scales to say whether I think he's great or not. But for Calvin Ramsey, while I do think he's a good player, I think a move to Liverpool's the wrong move for the guy. If I was him, I'd personally stay at Aberdeen for another year. Anyway, guys, that's it. Let us know what you think down below. Do you think Ramsey is the real deal? Do you think Ramsey is ready to go to a club like Liverpool? Do you think Ramsey's just okay, a little bit overrated, or do you think the guy is completely overrated? I tell you what, last season, he was the best Ramsey in the SPFL. I guarantee you that. He was better than Aaron, wasn't he? But is he that good that he should be leaving Aberdeen already? I don't think another year in Aberdeen would hurt him. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'll catch you in the next piece of Scottish transfer news. But until then, peace.